Welcome back to another lesson. This is Mr. Lee. Today we are going to be looking at lesson 26. The title of this lesson or part is called Bug Food. So our target vocabulary, as you can see over here on the left, is our first word is assist, then favor, intends, nourishing, and peculiar. So let's take a look at number one here. I will read it. I will read the question, and then you can write on your own sheet your answer. Spiders assist gardeners without knowing it. Spiders eat up bugs that can harm plants. That is a big help. Gardeners like spiders. So our question is, how do you assist people at home? And explain. So for this one, you can't just say, I do the dishes. Okay, how does it help people? Assist means is just a fancy word for help. How do you help people at home? And explain your answer. Okay, if you have to pause the video at any point to record your answer, please do so. I'm going to keep rolling along. Number 2, bats eat the mosquitoes that bite us. We can return this favor by leaving bats alone. They are part of our outdoor world. Favor means like you do something for somebody. So we leave bats alone, and in return, okay, they do us a favor. They eat the mosquitoes that bite us. So our question is, what is the last favor you asked a friend to do for you? Or how did you ask a friend for help? What did you do for them to help you? All right, number 3. A gardener often intends to attract bees to his garden. Bees pollinate plants when they flit from flower to flower. Intends means like you're going to do something. If you intend to do something, you are going to do it, or you plan on doing it. So tell what a gardener intends to do when he puts up a scarecrow. I'm sure you all know scarecrows are those person-looking things out in the middle of fields that are often made of like straw. They dress them up to look like real people. Like, why do they do that? That's what the question is asking here. Why? Number 4, tiny ants don't need much food to live on. Even a crumb from your sandwich can be a nourishing snack for the bug. Nourishing means like a healthy snack. It means that it can sustain you or keep you going. So like if you have fruits and vegetables, that is a nourishing snack for you. It's healthy. It helps keep you going throughout the day. So our question is, what is a nourishing snack for a bird? So what would a bird eat that would help it, that would be a healthy snack for it? Number 5. The black swallowtail butterfly has a peculiar meal plan. It only likes to eat carrot plants. Peculiar is one of my favorite vocabulary words. It means that's kind of different. It has like a different meal plan. Like it's unique. So our question is, what is another word that has the same meaning as peculiar? Now, if you were paying attention to what I was just saying, you'll figure out that I just gave you a word for that. All right. Our story for this part is called Coming Home. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read this section of the story. I'm going to ask the question, and then I'm going to keep reading. So please pause the video to take a second to read through this portion and then answer the question. So Coming Home by Carol Alexander. Class, said Mrs. Woods, do me a favor. Show Maria around. Maria was starting her school year a little late. She had just moved up to this town. She liked her new classroom. Maria pointed to a glass tank. What are those? She asked. They look funny. They're monarch butterflies, said Paul. They don't look like butterflies, Maria replied. So, our question for this section is, where does the story take place? Think about what some of the things I just read in here that can tip you off in order to answer this question. Where is Maria right now? All right, I will keep reading. Hector said, "Right now they're caterpillars, but soon they will turn into butterflies. The caterpillars had bright stripes. They were yellow, black, and white." Maria watched the bugs eat leaves. "Do they eat grass too?" "No," Carmen answered. "They only eat milkweed leaves." "Well, they are peculiar," Maria said. "They really like those leaves," Paul told her. "They must taste good." "How do they turn into butterflies?" asked Maria. "Look," said Hector. He pointed to a poster on the wall. So our question is, what does Maria find peculiar about the caterpillars? Remember up here, if you see my cursor, she says, well, they are really peculiar. Okay, why does she say that? What does she find peculiar about the caterpillars? All right, here is um, a visual here to kind of help you see the life cycle of a butterfly. So we'll start up here, number one. In late summer, the monarch butterfly lays a tiny white egg on a milkweed plant. These green plants right here are called milkweed plants. Number two, a small caterpillar comes from the egg. Its stripes are pretty. Number three, the caterpillar eats the milkweed leaves. So our question is, why does the butterfly lay her eggs on a milkweed plant? Okay, what is so significant about the butterfly laying this teeny tiny egg on this milkweed plant? If you're not sure, you can go back and rewind and listen to what I said, or you can read these steps right here and it will tell you. Number four, the caterpillar grows. Its old skin falls off. This looks icky. Number five, the big caterpillar hangs itself upside down. It wraps itself in a green and gold case. And number six, in about 2 weeks, the case breaks open. Out comes a monarch butterfly. It is really beautiful. So our question is, what happens before the caterpillar's skin falls off? Okay, and I will give you a hint. It's in step number 5 right here. So please go back and reread this to answer the question. "I see now," Maria said. "The butterflies find those leaves nourishing. Will we keep the butterflies?" "No," Mrs. Woods said. "They'll fly to Mexico for the winter. It's nice and warm there." Mrs. Woods went on. "We have a problem. They should have made the trip before. It's getting cold. Now they won't find enough food along the way." "I'm afraid they will die," Pat said. "Could we mail them?" "We can't put living things in the mail," Hector said. So our question is, why is the class worried about the butterflies? Okay, usually they migrate to Mexico right now during the warmer parts of the year, but why are they worried about the butterflies? Maria had an idea, she said. "My father intends to go to Mexico soon. He flies an airplane. That's his job." "Great," said Mrs. Woods. "Will you talk to him about our problem?" That night, Maria asked her dad for help. He said he could assist them or help them. Once the caterpillars turned into butterflies, Maria's dad came to pick them up. They were in boxes with tiny holes. "I'll be very careful with them," he said. "We leave in 3 hours. Tonight I will set them free in Mexico." So, here's a part to go back and reread part of it. Here's your vocab word intends. Explain how Maria's father intends to help the butterflies. So, what does Maria's father do? What is he going to do? Or what does he plan on doing to help the butterflies get to Mexico? And our last page. The next day, everyone was excited. "Did the butterflies get there?" they all asked. Maria smiled widely. "Yes, everything went well. Dad opened the boxes and away they flew." "I can't believe they're in Mexico now," said Sarah. "Yes," Maria said. "We are so happy that our little friends are home," said Mrs. Woods as she pointed to Mexico on the globe. "We are very happy that you are part of this class." Maria smiled. She felt right at home. So our last question for this little passage is, how is the problem solved? What happened in order for the problem, okay, to be solved in this? Okay. Thank you for listening to another story. Stay tuned for more.